Hey everybody, how's it going? And it's Word here with another video. Yesterday, I was using some Fireball Rocketloons again. We picked up a 320, which was clutch for the plus 17. And today, our defense is not doing too well. We're going to need to get another plus 320. This is the army that I'm running. I'll share it in the description for you guys. I've been using a little bit of different armies at the start of the season, but you guys have said you wanted to see this come back. And, here I am bringing it to you guys. So you can see right here in the attack log that this is what I was using yesterday. You can see all the Rocketloons. And, without further ado, let's just jump right into the hits. Alright, first base is Invis Rage, which should be really good for me. But, I just wanted to mention to you guys that, I'm at school now. I moved in a couple days ago, so I worked really hard to crank out a video the other day. What was it, the long RC one? And, it's just kind of tough in the dorm, right, when you got other people you live with to film videos. So I'll be trying my best. I've been trying to grind them out and, keep up the, almost daily uploads. But I might have to be going to, 3 times a week or something like that. We'll see. I have to figure out what my consistent schedule is looking like because I play a varsity sport here, so with practices every day and workouts a couple times a week, it just doesn't leave you incredibly a lot of time. But we got a rage up right here on entry. My warden is taking quite a bit of damage, but he's fine. I'm hoping to take out the multi-arch before I land this fireball, but it doesn't look like I'm walking that way. So my warden is taking the scenic route. I think he's going to continue to the left, which kind of sucks. Okay, actually no, he dives in, which is perfect. So now that we're in here, I think I'll let the multi-arch tower go down. Yeah, because once I do that, at this point, taking on the fire spitter is just as likely. Saves me an invis spell, so I'll do that. Pop 2 invis, hopefully hit the scatter shot, maybe it's the builder hut, but I got most of the core, and I'm fine with that. Just getting the ice block ready on my warden. Okay, there it is. Boom, perfectly timed. 2 invis, let's see what we get in the core. It looks like the scatter. Yeah, beautiful. We get everything plus the clan castle. So lovely fireball right here. I just don't like the way my warden's stepping, though, being kind of in the core of this. But I'm going to start off already with what I know I need to do, which is get the king into the hook tower. So he gets pulled in perfectly. The spiky ball and earthquake boots do take it down. So right there we're looking good. I think the skeleton spell is going to be phenomenal onto this monolith side. So got to keep that open as an option, especially since my warden might be ducking down. But it looks like he's going to join with the heroes here. And that's fine with me. So I'm going to try and just push my heroes in. My queen mostly. But I got the ice golem about to pop. That should be tanking, which looks like it is, which is amazing. Gonna sneak in a headhunter right here for the minion prince. And then I should just be a go. It looks like I'm losing a lot of healers in the core of this base, but it is what it is. There's a fire spitter right there anyway. I'm not too worried about that. But we can go in now. It is a go with the royal champion. I'm gonna send in 2 druids here for the queen, since I think my royal champion is just kind of gonna be in charge of getting down this compartment, but not much more. I'll chuck a poison in since I have it, and I'm not gonna really use it otherwise. But definitely didn't need it right there. And we're gonna swag the queen ability, swagging all these Rocketloons, and beautiful attack. It's one of the best bases for fireball is the invis rage, since you get a lot of value with your fireball. But regardless, you got to be diligent, huge swag, and let's get into the second attack, and hopefully you guys learned how to approach these bases, since they're going to be extremely common in this early season. All right, we load into the second hit, and I apologize. I lost my voice this weekend, so we were out at a retreat, and with the team just getting ready for the season, and I was yelling a lot, so I lost my voice. So that's why it's kind of coming back, but a little scratchy. So I'm trying my best for you guys, and I think I'm not going to be able to get a clan castle with any fireball into this rage compartment, but, fireball in the rage compartment is great value right here. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I just don't like how much value is over there by the crusher mortar, so I think I got to keep an eye out right here for what I want to do. Because I think if I get my warden to the left, that's not too bad, but I can't engage the whole rage tower, so I'll need some support, but this section's also tough, so I think my warden honestly would be better. It's kind of hard, that top section for him, so I might let him walk to the left here after I land my fireball. But I want to snipe out this mortar so I can just invis the builder hut and bomb tower and not have to burn too many right here. So we're on the air defense, and we get the builder hut down, which is actually kind of cool. We're into the bomb tower, and I'll probably just ice block to make this a safe fireball. One more shot. There we go. 2 invis. I'll hit the Tesla right here since it popped up. And we get the rage tower down and its whole compartment. Unfortunately, the queen walked way outside the base, so we don't get her down, which sometimes sucks right there. But 2 headhunters are going to come in. Okay, I thought she was targeting onto the Rocketloon, and she was not. So I just lost 2 headhunters, which sucks because they're extremely valuable onto the enemy heroes. But luckily enough for me, she's targeting onto a booger. My warden's going to take her down easy. And this furnace is only on my warden, which is perfect. Not even going to get a chance to go to the healers. And I think we're looking pretty good right here. Now my warden actually might go right, and yeah, that's a little unfortunate since I wanted him to go left, but hey, I'll just let him go this direction and we'll make it work. So at this point, I see my RC getting some really nice value right there. So I'm just going to try and get my heroes, if I can, directly into this section up here. I want to snipe out that air defense, but I don't think it's going to be quite possible for me. It'll be way too many, balloons used. But I'll use the siege barracks at the bottom side since it's going to get a lot of value. And we're entering in right here. Just got to keep an eye on my warden, but I think he's good. He's looking pretty good if you ask me. I'm going to wall break. Nice. Perfect. That went to the rage tower, which is awesome. I didn't even think it was going to. I haven't been raging up my healers as much recently, or my heroes, sorry, onto the push. But I think on this base it's worth it because, they're going to dive all the way into that rage defense. I want them to take it down as fast as possible. So I don't really know where the best spot is for the skeleton spell, because honestly it doesn't get crazy value out here where I put it, but it's also not going to get crazy value in by the monolith since the multi-inferno's right here. So I'm just going to send it out by the cannon, hopefully help tank up a bit. And, I think it did just that, so I feel like that was a good use of it. My queen's about to go to ability, but as I mentioned, the Royal Champion's going to go get that monolith and the entire core, which is absolutely massive for me. Queen's about to go to ability right there, and I'll rage her up, actually, because she's got a lot to get through the enemy king and the multi-arch tower, namely. And, we're into the core right here. I'm actually going to get a nice freeze onto the kind of heavier core right there, the crusher mortar and the town hall. And, we get a nice 3-star. Got to be careful. A lot of these buildings are blending in, so got to make sure you find them all. But yeah, we get into that core, so as long as that dark storage is going down, and it is, I can place my cleanup around this outside. And that'll be a nice 3-star on the second attack, and let's go get into the next one. Alright, third attack of the day is Zeus 2. This is actually the clan I'm going to be doing CWL in, so that's kind of funny enough. But I'm also looking at a rage tower for this fireball. They just get good value since usually, a lot of defenses are packed tightly around them. But I'm not seeing a flame flinger, which is what I was looking to set up. And, going behind the spitters is also just a phenomenal decision. So this is one where I used to do an instant fireball, and I learned that, especially on these ones where, like, the spitters are not facing you, I'm going to charge a bit, maybe get this wizard tower down, maybe get that mortar down. Looks to me like my warden's going to go to the bottom side. I mean, he might not, but I'm taking out this bomb tower, kind of expecting him to go to the bottom side. And, we'll kind of see, I guess. Maybe when I'm on the minion prince, I'll launch a fireball. But, I mean, the rage towers are kind of crazy value for a fireball, so that's what I'm going to be aiming for. But right now, I don't want to pull the clan castle. That's the only thing I'm worrying about by, maybe using any balloons to snipe out the mortars. But my warden's doing okay. He's not amazing right now. He's taking quite a bit of heat, but he's alive. I'm going to rage him up right here because I do want to get a little bit deeper into the base. I don't quite want to pull the clan castle, but we're going to go take down the monolith. And this all just helps with the amount of invis spells I'm going to need. But right here, it looks like I might be heading towards the storage, which I'm not too mad about. Yep, I'll just send up a double invis. We go in to the fire spitter, it looks like, so I'm going to make sure I quick the clan castle since we hit it. I want to get the value that I actually ended up hitting, and that's pretty good right there. Now my warden's going to get into a little bit of trouble entering into the other rage tower, but as long as I can walk him through it, this base is cooked. So, I think we're looking pretty good right here. Baby Dragon's going to pull these skeletons away so they don't have to go towards my healers, and that Baby Dragon's also going to get some crazy value around here on this side of the base. So I'm just going to continue checking, kind of saving the health of my Baby Dragon right there, and yeah, we're walking kind of crazy through this base. I wish the Baby Dragon would go into the ricochet, but it's going to be a little too slow. I don't want my queen to be targeted, so I'll let the ice golem take the damage right there. I'm going to kind of drop the skelly right there because I wanted to tank that gear tower. And yeah, we're going to kind of just see what happens right here. There is a lot of buildings all in this area, but look at that Baby Dragon actually going to take out the ricochet cannon all on its own, which is perfect, exactly what I was looking for. So that's amazing. I'm going to take out this wizard tower because that'll funnel me in again. But I got to keep an eye on my warden right here because, as long as he can get down this section, this base, as I mentioned earlier, will be cooked. So I just got to make sure I can get through that. The king ability is going to go off right here. I didn't need it to get any further. I'll get the wall break deeper right there. Keeping an eye on my warden. I think I'm going to have to invis him, so I'll do that. I've got the option fairly soon to maybe ice block my warden, keep his health up, or, maybe get the ice block into the hero dive right here. So I got to decide, and it looks like I'm going to invis my warden right here since once again he was getting pretty weak. But I have the RC for the core right here. Don't think I'm quite going to need it though. Probably not going to need my world champion at all actually. And yeah, this base looks absolutely crushed. Now I'm going to use the ice block just because that's going to waste time, and to be honest, this expo is not that scary. I'll freeze it up. Okay, never mind. I was going to freeze it as I hit the Giga Bomb to just preserve my health, but we didn't end up hitting the Giga Bomb. So I see the air defense distracted on a booger, so I'm going to sneak some rocket balloons in. They're going to go finish off the base and, checking for just maybe anything that's hiding in the corner. But there's not. We're going to swag the world champion, swag the ice block, and the poison spell, and get a lovely 3-star, and continue going with the day. Okay, getting into the next attack, we've got a huge isolated hook tower, so you got to be careful of that one because that is something that definitely messes up your Warden charge, so I'm going to be looking for, I think, an instant fireball right here. And this ricochet cannon, I'm actually fairly confident gets the whole compartment, so I'm going to set that up right here. Just a nice instant fireball. Yeah, look at that. We get the entire compartment very easily, and that's just amazing right there. So I'm going to get the healers in. Looks like we're walking to the bottom side. I was kind of hoping my Warden went up to the top, but I don't know if I want to invest the balloons to pull him. Actually, I will now. I didn't know if those balloons would die. Okay, turns out he didn't get pulled anyway, so I'm just going to leave this as is. I'm probably going to skeleton spell for the gear tower right here because the gear tower will invest a lot of spells from me, and I'd rather not use that many, so I'm going to keep an eye because it can easily take out my Warden right here. But the key to these hook tower bases is getting your Sui in early. If you can get your Sui in, there's a chance, your king, your queen, just something will start getting pulled in, tanking the gear tower or the hook tower, and it won't ever get onto your Warden. Looks like here my Warden's pretty far away that I might not have to worry. It looks like plenty of stuff will be tanking before my Warden gets in range. So obviously I'm hoping my king can be the one to get pulled in, but I'm going to use an ice block right here since a lot of damage is onto my king. There's some druids onto the queen. And yeah, it looks like the boogers are getting targeted by the hook tower, but that's plenty fine. It's not the Warden. King ability right here is just going to open up kind of that base for my queen. And I'm kind of just still cooking through this base. I think I'm probably going to, it looks like the queen gets pulled in, which isn't ideal, especially with the hook right there, or with the Rocketloons right there, but you know what, that's okay. My queen's going to go take out the hook tower, which is beautiful. She doesn't get any amazing value, but I think that's enough, to be honest. I mean, my Warden's still alive, but he's kind of got to carry since everything's dead, so I'm going to keep my eye out. Yeah, Warden's got to get through a couple heavy defenses here. I'm going to rage him up, actually, and I have an invis ready. I just cannot let him die, so I'm going to invis. Just got to be better safe than sorry. I'm going to wait for this rage tower to go away, and then I think the royal champion from the top side might go crazy, so there it goes. I'm going to drop the rage right here, trying to predict the royal champion. That was a little off, I guess, on my placement, but she will dive into it right there. And look at those spears going absolutely crazy right here, and I'll even save the invis for my royal champion because I kind of just need to go get that compartment right there. I'm actually going to freeze right here since there's two big defenses next to each other. And, that Gigabomb might be a little bit troublesome. I might just worry a bit about time issues. I think that Gigabomb, okay, it won't quite kill me, which is nice because I can maybe get down this Expo. And the air defense, sure, is still a bit of a problem. I just, don't like the time issues I'm going to run into with this clan castle in the core. But to be honest, we're actually getting through this base fairly quickly. So I don't think we're going to have time issues. We're kind of just cleaning up the backside right there. Going to get these rocket balloons in. And you know what? For an unorthodox attack, and it was a little bit of a tougher base. Those cores are always just really hard for your Warden charge. We did a very good job, I think, controlling that. My queen got hooked in and didn't get much value. My king ran outside, but yeah, we're still going to triple it, I think, from the fact of the royal champion on this one. All right, so that last one ended up turning out fairly good. This is only Lalo the clan. And yeah, we got to find a way to crack this base. I think, if I'm being honest, a fireball into this multi-inferno, we'll get the clan castle. And, okay, we won't get the opposite fire spitter, though, so maybe I can try and get this builder hut if I'm getting greedy, but I'll enter from that corner on the left here. It's also extra far from the hook tower. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to enter in from here, take a look at what I'm trying to do. I think if I snipe down this builder hut, maybe this mortar as well. I don't want to pull my Warden, though, and that might have just done that, but okay, good, we didn't. And, yeah, I think my Warden should be, fairly certain on going left here, especially if I take down this gold mine in time. Nice, perfect. Okay, so my Warden will stick down this flank, and, I don't want to get too close to the hook tower, though, which might have been my mistake, funneling my Warden quite this far. But I'm going to freeze right here onto two defenses that are on my Warden. Let him heal back up. I'll take on the Tesla. He's on the ricochet cannon now. I don't want to use an invis spell, but I might need it to be safe rather than sorry. Don't think I needed it, though, there, but that's okay with me. I'm going to pop an invis, and I guess I'm just going to go for the air sweeper or whatever's right there. So there's my fireball. I'm going to let my king get hooked in right here. There's a skeleton spell. The queen, siege barracks. Okay, the king ability goes off right there beautifully. We go in, tank absolutely everything. Look at that poison spell going to go on top of everything while my king's tanking. And I'm just worrying a little bit right here about the fact that my Warden's going to start diving into everywhere. But, I think we're doing a very good job actually managing this damage right now. And my troops are kind of wrapping the base lovely. I think my royal champion will go into that monolith with no problems. But yeah, I'm just letting, I think all my headhunters might be dead. Oh no, there's still a couple left on the queen, nice. So all my headhunters did amazing work right there. And yeah, there is a couple multi-infernos into the core, so I'm going to get some druids in before it's too late, and they'll target kind of nothing. But yeah, get them in right there to the core. I think the queen ability, yep, is clutch right there. The giant's going to make its way into the core, so I'm actually going to rage up the giant right there, since my queen will have no troubles going through that base. take out this Archer Tower to try and save some spears right here. I'm actually going to Quake with the Royal Champion because that's a great combo. The Spear and Quakes, if you've never done that, and you only need one Quake for your Fireball, definitely don't just waste it, right? Save it for something like that. Look at the value that got. So I'm going to take down 2 more defenses with the Rocketloons that I won't need to take down with any heroes, especially my Royal Champion that's defense targeting. And yeah, this base is just crushed. I mean, Hook Towers can be scary, but almost every time if you just jam your King into it, there's no way you can fail. So lovely 3-star, swagging some more spells. I think every single attack so far today we've been swagging, so that's amazing. And yeah, let's just keep it going today, as today's been very good so far. Okay, next attack, and we've got a clan castle over by this Rage Tower, so that's interesting, because that definitely gives me a lot of value. And I'm not seeing any Flame Flinger value, which kind of sucks. I haven't been able to use it much today, but hey, I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to hit what's available. But I am noticing something right here, which is, I think, going to be good for me. I'm going to actually set up a Flame Flinger onto this Gear Tower, and I'm just trying to Fireball the Archer Tower in the core or the X-Bow. But I think the Archer Tower is the easiest to hit, so that's what I'll Fireball right here. And that should get me the Clan Castle nice. It doesn't give me the Ricochet Cannon. Well, it did, but I didn't Quake it because, you know, that was my Ricochet Cannon or my Flame Flinger plan anyway. So I'm totally fine with it getting that. And to be honest, I got a good idea right here, which is going to be to snipe out that X-Bow. Because once I do that, my Flame Flinger should be good to get the Scatter Shot. Should be good to get the, maybe Ricochet Cannon. Probably not, though. But the Multi-Inferno in the core, at least. I'm charging into a Fire Spitter, which you usually don't want to do. But, of course, we'll make it work right here. And now that the Ricochet Cannon is almost gone, once it's gone, I'm going to send in the Hog Rider. Okay, it's actually still at half health, so I'm going to keep an eye on my Warden right here. I'll definitely rage him up into this Minion Prince. Minion Prince is like the scariest hero for any hero, but especially your Warden right here. So, okay, Ricochet Cannon goes down. Now I'll get the Hog Rider, and I just didn't want it to ricochet onto my Flame Flinger. So I'm going to rage up, as I mentioned, into this Minion Prince. And look at that, perfect. Skellies get pulled. That's exactly what I was looking for. The Warden does go into this Minion Prince with the Rage and stay alive, so that's amazing. He's going to continue working to the outside of this base. The healers might start to get pierced, which kind of sucks. But, okay, we're going to start kind of cleaning up that bottom side. Looks like my healers are out of the way now of the pierce, which is amazing. I'm actually going to go with 2 Headhunters. Yep, that first one got taken down by the Tesla. I saw that coming. And we're going to start our Sui right here from the top side. I know it's right where my Warden is and is going to join in, but you know what? I'm actually okay with that. Right here, I'm actually going to funnel out these buildings and try and push my Ice Golem a little deeper. It's probably going to go to the X-Bow. Oh no, my Warden died. I don't know how the Headhunters ended up dying, but that's not great. What's good for me, though, is that I'm behind this Fire Spitter, which is nice. And soon enough, I'm going to get the Druids in. And to be honest, if you get a good Flame Flinger, you're usually quite okay. So I'm not worried at all about my attack right here. I'm going to pop the King ability right there. Druids are waiting to come in. Yep, King's doing really well right there. Okay, there's the Druids for the Queen. I'm going to rage them up. Just to really keep my Queen alive. I did not need that rage, but you know what? I used it. So there's the skeleton spell. I'm really trusting my Queen to stay alive through a lot of this because I've already used my World Champion, so she's not available any longer for the Town Hall. But there's not a lot of air damage down here, so the Super Minions go get the Ricochet Cannon, which is a huge pickup. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot left on this base, and that's just the kind of idea of this whole attack. It goes from like, you know, everything left to nothing left very quickly with the Royal Champion because of her burst damage. And we're going to swag 3 Invis right here, Ice Block and Freeze, and this Poison Spell that I'm not going to use, so I don't have to, you know, use my tokens back on it. But phenomenal 3-star, and yeah, let's just keep it going. Okay, here we load into our second last hit, the back end of the day, and we really got to focus up and stay dialed in. So this is the base that I've hit a bunch of times, and, you know, I got to stay focused and hit the same way. So I'm going to start my Warden from this corner. And we always hit it with taking out this Mortar. Checking for any Tesla. There's not usually any there, though, in any of these bases. Baby Dragon comes in to pull the Royal Champion with the Headhunter, and that's usually enough. Okay, the Headhunter does go down, though, so that's not ideal. I'm going to get another Baby Dragon in, and yeah, that should be enough. So nice, we go get that down. There's the Flame Flinger to go get that value. Now we can focus on my Warden. I'm going to try and Fireball, I think, the Multi-Gear. If I can get all the way in there, that'd be beautiful. So I don't want to pull the Clan Castle here, but I'm trying to take the damage off of my Warden based on taking up the shots of the Multi-Arch Tower. Okay, I'm actually going to Rage because it looks like I'm going to get into, yep, the Queen, a couple other things as well. I'm going to freeze right here to try and keep my Warden. He would have died. That was a beautiful freeze right there into the Queen to let my Headhunter get in. And yeah, we're looking really nice right here. My Warden's already walked some good damage. The Flinger's set up really nicely. And yeah, I think right here we're going to dive down to the X-Bow, but we might not. Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm going to take out this Archer Tower just to lessen the damage and create a little bit less invis, as I mentioned. And then, yeah, I think we're still going to be a go right here for the Multi-Gear. 2 invis, very simple. And yeah, we go get down a lot of the core. I think I missed that scatter shot. No, I didn't. Nice. Okay, so absolutely beautiful setup right here. And I think we're going to be cruising through the back end of this base without much of a way to fail. I'm going to get a skeleton spell way outside right here just for the hero entry. And yeah, we're going to get the Ice Golem, the Valkyrie right there. Going to take out this Tesla just to help really push my heroes in. Turns out there's more Tesla. And yeah, we're still cooking right here. My Warden is doing A-okay without much damage onto him. So I think he's going to be fine for the rest of this attack. That Monolith was tanked for literally the entire time until my heroes stepped right up. So that's beautiful. And look at those super minions continuing to funnel my heroes in. So this is absolutely ideal where you get the Warden and the Flame Flinger heroes between. It doesn't always end up like that in your attacks, but that is what you're looking for if you can. Look how just strong this setup looks. And yeah, Frosty went down, but that's no problem for me. My King's going to keep walking right here. I'm actually just going to get in a balloon and a minion to kind of clean up that outside. Unfortunately, it looks like my Queen's also going to the outside, and I wish she didn't, but 2 Druids are going to come in now. There's the King ability. I'm not going to rage my Warden because it does look like he's probably going to get pulled in. Not quite sure, but that's what I'm... Yeah, look at that. He gets pulled in right there. Okay, my Queens actually are getting cooked right here. Rage up. The Druids are stuck doing who knows what, but I'll poison right here onto the King that's on my heroes. That goes down. I'm going to try and take out this multi-arch or Inferno because that's kind of doing a lot of damage to all of my stuff right here. It goes down, and yeah, there's just nothing left on this base, so we're going to wrap it up right here onto this Wizard Tower. We swagged the Royal Champion once again, and yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful 3-star, and let's get in the last one to clutch up the 320. All right, final attack of the day, and you know what time it is. It's time to buckle up your belt, get this 320. So we're going to enter in for... This is one where I usually can't charge the bottom because of the Fire Spitters, but this is just like that last attack where I'm going to charge this bottom section, land the Fireball, and hopefully save some invis by where I charged. But yeah, I think there's going to be a Siege Barracks. I see foreground expos all where I'm not fireballing, so yeah, maybe I could have set up a Flinger from 6. That probably would have been some really nice value, but that's okay. I'm going to do it like this, so we're going to take that down. I don't want to pull the Clan Castle, though, so I'm going to try and really be diligent and not just spam these Rocketloons on the mortars like I really want to, and let my Warden do the walk-ins. So I'm going to Skeleton Spell right here because that can save a lot of spells that I'll need onto my Warden. I might still need a Rage or an Invis, which sucks if I'm investing the Skelly, but look at it, taking the multi-gear. I think it'll do a well enough job. Yeah, look at that. My Warden's not going to need anything, and we get to the multi-gear tower easily right there. That's amazing. And I think we're going to turn right to this Collector. Okay, now we're on the storage right here, so this is a perfect time to launch the Fireball. I'm going to just set it up like that. We might have hit the Multi-Inferno. Now look at that. We go in for the core once again. It's just like the last attack. We missed the Rico cannon, it looks like, but that's okay with me. That's not the biggest target. The biggest target was the Clan Castle right there and that Fire Spitter. So I know it wasn't facing me, but those are my targets. We hit them. Now my Warden's going to do exactly what it did in the last one, which is amazing. As long as this mortar doesn't go down, he should pull towards that right side. Nice. I just got to keep him alive through this. This one does have a little more damage with the Rico and Archer Tower. But yeah, as long as I can keep my Warden alive through this, this base is absolutely gone. So I'm going to funnel my heroes in. My Warden's doing amazing right there. There's an Ice Golem. I'm going to let it take a second, be able to freeze up this section. Now King, Queen, Valkyrie, Headhunter, because I don't want it to die to that Multi-Inferno. Looks like it doesn't get frozen anyways, but you know what? It's the thought that counts. I'm going to freeze up this World Champion since I was a little too slow to recognize that. There's a Headhunter that probably wasn't needed once again, but yeah, my King's still cooking through here full health. We're looking like a very strong setup because my King should pull left. Nice, and we get away from the Warden, which is awesome right here. I'm trying to save my Rage spell for the Warden because it does look like I'm going to need it right here. There's the King ability. Druids come in. And yeah, I do think I'll need to Rage through this Rico and Expo, so I'll Rage right there. Let my Queen with Druids right here cook into the Town Hall. And yeah, this base looks cooked. The only thing about Raging the Warden is that if he runs away to a hero, it does get a little bit wasted. So, you know, you do got to be careful doing that. But I think we're looking absolutely incredible on this one. This is just such a strong setup, the way I approach this base. And yeah, you see right here, my Queen going absolutely crazy into the core. There's her ability. We're going to take down this Wizard Tower just to kind of start clean up already. And we got a Royal Champion, 8 Rocketloons, plenty of spells, and that's the 320 on the day, which is absolutely awesome. That's back-to-back 320s with this army. So, I mean, if you don't know how to use it, just watch some videos, you know, my videos, I guess, since that's the army that I've been running, and, you know, learn from it, see what I've been doing, do it for yourself, and, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the videos, and I hope you bear with me as I'm trying to create content through being a student athlete. And yeah, that'll do it for today's video, though, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.